Good morning, girl. The happy freaking hump day. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, we're feeling good. Obviously, each week we are going to be working on different things that will help. Also, why I was asking you yesterday on what was something that you struggled with last week, is to have a point of reflection and look back at things that you struggle with, and maybe it's for you to then put better things in place, try and improve that so it doesn't feel like such a weight on your shoulders. And also, if there's any wee kind of nuggets that I can help with, not chicken nuggets, tip and advice nuggets, or maybe it's like putting presentations that's going to be suited to things that you're struggling with. So this week one is about making nutrition simple. It's not about standing cooking for hours because we don't have a lot of time for that, especially busy people. But learning to reduce the stress and anxiety around food, because that is honestly a lot of people's downfall is nutrition. But it's not what I will say when it comes to people's problems, people's weaknesses, people's inability to do things, is actually all mindset driven. Like, your mind is such a powerful tool, and if you already tell yourself I can't stick to this for longer than 3 days, your mind's already clocking you out, and you have to learn to speak to yourself kinder. You have to learn to make yourself believe in yourself. Honestly, it comes from the mind. I don't care what MD says. So this one is about making nutrition simple. Now, when it comes to nutrition, everyone is different. So it's learning to do what is good for you. Now, for me, if I work from home most days, however, recently I've been working in cafes and things, so I'll always prep the night before any meals that I may need for that day. Or if I'm in the house, I will cook on the go. It's not fucking ideal because you have a million dishes, but it's learning what's going to be beneficial for you. It's also planning meals that are going to be beneficial for you, in terms of, you have to think about at work, if you are limited on time to get a meal in, you're going to have to choose a meal that is quick, easy, not standing with a knife and fork kind of vibe, fucking 3 course dinner. It might be something more like a wrap. So it's looking at your schedule, looking at your routine, and being like, right, okay, realistically, what are the meals I can have at work? What can I cook? What is going to be enjoyable for me? And then going from there. Okay, but it's take the fucking stress away. So, what is most women's problem when it comes to food? And honestly, most people's problem in general is lack of organisation. So lack of organisation makes it easier for not even just women, people just to pick up whatever's available around them, near them, or just skipping meals, and in particular breakfast. For example, if you're a mum, I know so many mums who just go up, they're not organised the night before, therefore the morning they're stressing out, they're too busy getting their kids all ready, all sorted for school, nursery, whatever it may be, that they actually forget about themselves. They'll maybe grab a slice of toast and run out the door with a slice of toast hanging out their mouth, or maybe they're just going to live on caffeine, and honestly, that is the problem. But the problem is not the food. It's not driving from the food choice. It's driving from that lack of organisation. And it's not obsessive by wanting to understand what's going on in your body. It's not obsessive by getting shit ready the night before. It's just you taking control. So, and actually, for example, I'll give you an example. Franny had a meal yesterday in his work, and he did not organise his schedule enough throughout the day, so he was back to back meetings, pulled here, there and everywhere, that he actually didn't have the meal. He brought the meal home and he didn't fucking eat the meal. And then he was like to me, oh, I only had one thing yesterday. I'm just like, come on. Skipping meals actually not only encourages binging, because if you go for a prolonged period of time without food, if you think about it, like if someone doesn't eat first thing in the morning, they go so long without food, you get to that point where you're like, oh my fucking god, I need something now, that hypo state. And then you're like, I need to have something to eat. What can I have? And it encourages you to eat sugary, shitty foods that are not going to do any sort of nutritional, energy availability, whatever it may be. It's not going to give you any sort of like goodness. But not only this, like, see, leaving big gaps in between your day, like 9 hours before you get another meal, it actually can cause gut issues. So it can cause things like bloating, gas, constipation. And I've actually experienced this in myself. Like if I've left too long, like I actually do get bloated. So lack of organisation is going to be a result of low energy. You're going to be crab as fuck. Cravings are going to be sky high, which then encourages binging. So if you are thinking, oh my fucking god, she's talking to me, then we need to fucking change it. So the mindset shift, as I says, it's all in your mind. And Shawnee said this the other day there that she missed a meal and she was like, oh, it's okay because I'm in a calorie deficit. And I know this. I've felt this way before, but that is not how we work here, and that's not how your body's going to respond as well. Your body's not going to be like, you know, yes, a calorie deficit, but not always the case. It's like someone who does 35,000 steps and they usually do 10, like, your body is going to get a shock, whereas some people think, oh my god, like, I done so much more, my output was higher, therefore I burnt more calories, I'm going to drop more in the scales. No, that's not always the case. Now, what we need to remember is you do not just eat to be in a calorie deficit. You eat because you're a functioning human being and your body actually needs that to survive. You're not just eating food to drop fat. No, we are not. We need it to survive, we need it to live. So view it like a method of self-care. It should be absolutely a non-negotiable. See things like fruits, vegetables, protein, having good carbs on there, good fats, like all your different food sources. Make your meals colourful because this should be a non-negotiable. This is you giving back and nourishing your body, right? So incorporating good foods, colourful plates, nutritious choices for a good quality day-to-day life. Now have that 80-20 approach. I am not saying deprive yourself of everything you enjoy. If you enjoy a chocolate bar every day, make sure the chocolate bar is in there. We are not robots, we are not bodybuilders, we are simply just wanting to live a healthier and longer lifestyle. So calories are not just calories. Like, for example, your brain needs a certain amount of calories in order to concentrate, in order to learn, in order to process things, in order to make actions within the body. Your heart needs calories to beat. Your lungs need calories to breathe. It's not just actually about burning calories for fat loss. You have to think about the bigger picture and how truly important it is, right? So sometimes just having that mindset shift will make you view food in a more positive way, rather than us always thinking it's for fat loss. So things that you can do to make meal prep easier and more enjoyable, and it's something that I've actually loved cooking recently. Like, it's like actually taking time to enjoy it, stand cook. I've been really bad recently just throwing things in the iPad, the air fryer. So actually recently I've been standing cooking things, and honestly it's quite therapeutic. So cooking, this is things that you can do. You can cook fresh the night before, tub it up, pop it in the fridge for the following day, get a wee meal prep bag, whatever it's going to take to fucking make you eat your food. Or you could cook on a Sunday until Wednesday, then Wednesday cook until Saturday, like food for Saturday. Brogan does this. She cooks her meals, spends time and tubs it up. Or things like buying frozen veg or frozen fruits. Me personally, I don't like this vibe, but it's only because it doesn't agree with me. Buying microwave rice instead of cooking rice, where you can cook it fresh in the microwave when you're ready to have that meal. Buy tubs where you can chop up all your veg, store in the fridge. So you spend, like, you know, tonight's chopping up veg, pop it in the fridge in a tub, and then all you need to do each day is divvy that out. You could batch cook things and pop it in the freezer with labels. As I says, if anyone wants to see my batch cooking presentation, I do have that on the Facebook Education Hub. Like, batch cook, say for example, chili, and then, or you could get a packet of mince, right? 500 grams or a kilo. Say you're going to have mince for 5 nights, so 100 gram each serving, or 125 gram each serving for 4 nights. 2 servings and 1 pot is going to be chili, and 2 servings is going to be spag bol mince. So you just season them both differently in 2 pots. And then each night you maybe have pasta one night with your spag bol, and then maybe the next night you have chili and you have it with a baked potato. Then you go back to your spag bol the following night and have it pasta again, different shapes if you wanted. And then you have your final chili one, and maybe you make I don't know, rice, right? So that's ways of just keeping it a bit fresher. So this is if you love a good snack but you do find it hard to control yourself. Next minute you're 10 cookies down. Oh fuck. Here is a wee top tip that can help keep your discipline in check, right? So get sandwich bags for 7 days, say, right? Choose what snacks you're going to have that week. So say this week you're going to have skinny popcorn, you're going to have a bit of chocolate, you've chose a Freddo, and you're going to have 2 caramel rice cakes, and this does you throughout the day. Obviously maybe you have wee bits of fruit here and there, but you don't need to put them in the bag. Now obviously add all the snacks per day, so a skinny popcorn, a Freddo, 2 caramel Snacker Jacks, and label that bag Monday, and do that all the way to Sunday, and then pop it in the cupboard. That way when you take your sandwich bag out for that day, oh, I can see I've got 6 days worth of these same snacks. So I know when I finish that snack, oh my god, I've got 6 days worth. Like, so that is something always to remember. Like, food's not going anywhere. And remember that. You've got that same snack bag tomorrow. So sometimes this just helps keep you disciplined. Also saving money, because if you've smashed 10 fucking cookies and you're supposed to divvy them out by 10 days, you're saving the dollar. So hopefully this makes you feel better about food. Every time you prep, you are automatically making a healthier choice. So try and remember that. As it says, is honestly everything you do is a mindset. Tell yourself you can do these things. You know, you're not always going to be motivated. You cannot rely on motivation to get you through. You're not always going to be motivated to go to your work, but you're a fucking adult. We need to fucking work. Hopefully this helps, guys. Happy freaking Wednesday. Sorry so many swearing, but happy day.